All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is video number 2, so if you have not yet watched video number 1, I would suggest that you go back and do that. Today we are going to talk about something called full stops in Shakespeare, and the passage that we are looking at is going to be this one, where Macbeth tells his wife that Duncan is spending the night at their house, and Lady Macbeth immediately begins to plot to murder Duncan. Now, one question you may have had if you've ever opened a book of Shakespeare is, why do the lines look like this? In other words, why does Shakespeare choose to end the line there, or there, or there, or there? I mean, they are all kind of conveniently ending in the same place, but there does not seem to be any rhyme or reason as to why he doesn't just keep writing. It's not like in Shakespeare's time the margins were just thinner. He could have written to the very end here. He chose not to. And the reason for that is he was trying to show his actors how to interpret the line itself. So let's talk about a full stop. Essentially, a full stop is signaling to the actor that they need to stop after a line. I'm going to circle some things on here. If you have a period or a question mark or an exclamation point at the end of a line, that is showing the actor that the actor or actress should wait, or ponder, or take a breath, or take the time to formulate their next thought before continuing on to the next line. So this is like Shakespeare saying, okay, hold on, give that a pregnant pause, and then continue. Remember that it is only a full stop if the punctuation comes at the end of the line. So if you have a period or a exclamation points in the middle of the line, that's something else altogether. So let's go through this, and we're going to mark the full stops with the giant letter B, and B stands for breath. So Macbeth goes, "My dearest love." This is not a period, this is a comma, so we're not going to put it there. And then he says, "Duncan comes here tonight," so we have our first period, giant B. So obviously, Macbeth would not say, "My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight," because that is just not how people talk, and Shakespeare is aware of that. So Lady Macbeth goes, "And when goes hence?" with a question mark that indicates a pause. So Macbeth thinks, and then he goes, "Tomorrow, as he purposes, period, take a breath after that." So why are Macbeth and Lady Macbeth taking breaths after each of these lines? Like, why are they stopping to think and ponder? Because this is the beginning of their plotting the murder of a king, right? So this is not the kind of conversation that happens really fast, right? This is the kind of conversation that happens where they're both sort of imagining the plan that's to come. So in this next line, Lady Macbeth goes, "Oh, never shall sun that morrow see." Notice how there is not a punctuation mark there, so there's no B here. But here we have an exclamation point, and so we need a giant B here. Obviously, Lady Macbeth would not say, "Oh, never shall sun that morrow see." Again, that's not how people talk, but she would stop after this. "Oh, never shall sun that morrow see." And basically what she's saying with that line is, that guy Duncan, he's not going to live to see tomorrow because we're going to kill him tonight. And then you will notice that we do not see another full stop until all the way, a pretty long way. So "Your face, my thane, is as a book where men," no period, "may read strange matters to beguile the time, look like the time, bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue, look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent's in." And then she keeps going, right? So we really do not have a full stop until the very end of this whole speech. Now, what might that suggest to someone who is experiencing this for the first time, or to someone who is trying to figure out how to interpret these lines? It suggests that Lady Macbeth is sort of breathless, right? So she takes a big long breath over here. But then this next speech, she's just getting more and more excited as she gets through it. And she really does not stop to take a long breath until she gets here to this big old period at the end. And then, as we know, the famous line, Macbeth goes, "We shall speak further, period, breath." That's all he says. But then at the end here, Lady Macbeth goes, "Only look up clear, period. To alter favor ever is to fear, period. Leave all the rest to me, period." Each of these lines is delivered in such a way as to leave some space after each one. Only look up clear, breath. To alter favor ever is to fear, breath. Leave all the rest to me, breath. So it's in fact very dramatic the way it is set up. We have a whole lot of breaths at the beginning, a whole lot of breaths at the end, but in the middle she gets very excited. The next video will be on mid-stops.